Christmas is upon us and it's the time of festive baking. This date and walnut cake that is spiced with the warm flavors of cinnamon and nutmeg and also has a flavor hint of coffee and caramel is perfect to try this festive season. The best part is that it is eggless. So I hope you guys are excited to watch this recipe. But before I begin making this video, if you haven't already, then please subscribe to my channel and hit on the bell icon so that you are notified every time I upload a new video. So here I have taken some chopped up seedless dates. I have used a mix of the desi chutney khajur and black dates because I like the flavor that they give. And to this I am adding some warm milk to let these soak and become soft. And now I'm just going to cover this and let it soak for 1 to 2 hours. Just cover all the dates with milk and keep this aside till the dates they soften. Now since this is an eggless cake, we will be using these flax seeds, or in Hindi we call it alsi, as a replacement for egg. So for that we will first make the egg replacement or the flax egg. So these are whole flax seeds which I have just ground up into a powder like this, and I'm going to mix 1 tablespoon of these flax powders with 2 tablespoons of water and keep it aside for half an hour, and it will become a slimy, gooey, egg white consistency type of a mixture. This is the date and milk mixture that we soaked a while back, and as you can see I have not pureed this. There are some large chunks of date which I'm going to let them be just like that in the recipe. Just mash the bigger chunks with your spatula like this, and it will become a thick date milk puree. And to this now we will add all our other wet ingredients. So first I will add some oil. This is unflavored refined oil. If you will add any flavored oil like peanut or mustard oil here, then your cake will start tasting of that, so please don't do it. If you want, you can also use 100% butter instead of the oil, but butter cakes tend to become hard in the fridge, whereas oil keeps the cake moist and butter will give the yummy taste to cake, so that is why I prefer to add both. Then here I am adding some homemade vanilla extract. If you are going to use essence, then use only 3-4 drops. My extract is homemade and a little bit diluted, so I am using more quantity of that. This is some cinnamon powder, and I am also going to add my grated nutmeg here. Then add the vinegar here. Don't skip the vinegar because you think that it will make the recipe sour. The vinegar will react with the baking soda and cause the cake to become soft. If you don't add the vinegar, then the cake will taste of soda, very soapy. You don't want that. This is the flax egg that we made, and you can see how sticky and gooey this has become. Add that also to the mixture. This is a very easy and simple recipe. Just dunk everything in and mix it well, and you are sorted. And then I'm going to add the powdered sugar at this stage, because if there are any lumps or because of the liquid, the sugar will dissolve well and a lot of elbow grease will be saved. If you add it along with the dry ingredients, chances of it being lumpy are more. So just mix everything well. Now because of the date pieces, it won't be easy for us to use a whisk in this batter, so I'm doing all the mixing with my spatula only. Now I'm just going to keep this aside for 10 minutes only till all the sugar has dissolved properly, and once the sugar dissolves, this will become a little bit more liquidy, so we will get a clear idea of how much liquid is there in this recipe, so that we don't end up adding more milk and make the cake more liquidy. This is coffee, instant coffee. I'm just going to add a little bit of hot water to this and mix it so that all the coffee powder dissolves. So all the sugar has now dissolved, and now I'm going to add the coffee, that solution that we made earlier. Add it in and mix everything well. Now I'm going to add the baking powder and the baking soda, and along with that I'm also going to add the chopped walnuts and some chopped up dates. Now mix everything well, and from this point forward we will have to work very quickly. As you can see that the baking powder and the baking soda has started their reaction and they have started foaming and bubbling up. So we need to work fast. So I'm going to add the flour in small batches and mix it well. Just mix one batch properly till no dry lumps remain, and then add the other batch of flour. Now this first batch has almost mixed well. And now I'm going to add the second batch of flour. Now this batter is not supposed to be runny, it is supposed to be stiff. So don't get tempted to add a lot of milk, otherwise the dates or the walnuts that we have put in this batter, they will settle at the bottom of the pan and they will not be evenly distributed in one slice of the cake. They will just be settled at the bottom, and you don't want that. So mix all the ingredients as per the quantity that I have given first, and then if you feel that your batter is too stiff, then loosen it up with a little bit of milk. So as you can see that my batter has turned out to be a little bit on the stiffer side, so I'm going to add some milk to loosen this up. Just 1 or 2 tablespoons, that's it. Mix everything well. So no dry clumps should remain, otherwise it won't taste great. And that's it, the batter is done now. So firstly I am going to dust the pan, grease and dust the pan so that the cake comes out easily. You can see that all the sides of the tin have been coated with the flour so that the cake will come out easily from this tin. Bake this in a preheated oven for 50 to 55 minutes at 170 to 175 degrees. At 20 to 22 minutes, switch off the top rod and just bake with the bottom rod on if you have an OTG. It's been 30 minutes now and I can smell that the cake is done, but I'll just show you why you have to wait for at least 40-50 minutes for this cake to be done. I'm inserting a skewer inside and you can see that this is completely wet. So even though the cake looks done from inside and it's looking and it's smelling as if it's done, it is still raw. This is a very dense cake and it needs a lot of time for baking. So don't get tempted to take it out of the oven earlier. So now this cake is done. And how do I know that it is done? I'm going to put this skewer here. And there is no liquid sticking to it. So now I'm just going to let this cool in the tin for around 5 minutes and then invert it onto this baking tray and let it cool completely till it comes to room temperature before glazing the cake. And now I'm going to cover this with a cloth so that it remains moist and let it come down to room temperature on its own. To make the glaze that will go onto the cake, I have taken some icing sugar which I have sieved to remove all lumps. To this, I'm going to add melted butter, some caramel sauce, because I am making a caramel coffee flavored glaze. And here I have just taken some powdered instant coffee, to which I will add a little bit of milk, not a lot, because this glaze doesn't ask for a lot of liquids. The sugar will melt easily and it will become very liquidy very quickly. So add the liquid ingredients very slowly to maintain the consistency of the glaze that you want. So now all the coffee has dissolved, and I'll just add a small amount of coffee, 1 or 2 drops of vanilla extract, and then mix everything well. Once all the lumps have dissolved, you can increase the quantity of liquid depending on what consistency you want for the glaze. But as soon as you will pour this glaze on the cake, it will run down the sides of it. So just keep that in mind. If it is too thin, then all of it will fall off and not stay on your cake. So you have to keep it a little bit on the thicker side. I think I can add all my coffee, so I'm going to do that. Just with a little bit of milk. Put the cake on a butter paper or a parchment paper to collect the glaze, because the glaze will run down the sides, and then just pour the glaze. You can warm it up a little bit. Let this be for a while, and after some time this glaze will set. It will become a little solid, and then you can remove this cake from the paper. This cake will remain fresh at room temperature for 3 to 4 days. In fact, it would be recommended that you glaze the cake the day after you bake it. The day after you bake it, the cake is softer and much more moist. You just have to store it in an airtight container at room temperature.